How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. I wanted to show my banana today, and I'm going to show a couple of other bits that are looking pretty good or looking quite nice at the moment. So just a quick background, I got 3 Musa basjoo plants for, I think it's for my birthday, from my parents maybe 4 years ago, roughly around that long time, like that long ago. And I planted them all here. You can see it in the background, and I think one of them died off last winter. They've got pretty big each year. One of them died off last winter, but I think that the 2 that were remaining sent up more pups, obviously. So I now have 4. The other day, after watching one of the people I follow on YouTube, I've watched their videos, Peter Entwistle. I'll link the video down in the description. He grows quite a lot of bananas, and I thought I would do a video of mine. He divided his in his video, so I actually took off a pup 2 weeks ago now. I'll go grab it and show you. So this is one of the pups, well, the only pup that I took off. This leaf was already dying when I took it off, but it's dried off. And this leaf was crispy a little bit, but not that crispy. But I think it's quite common that there's going to be leaves dying off and such when you are dividing plants, because you're taking a lot of the roots off the plant by detaching it from the main corm. I don't see any root growth, but I'm not going to mess around with it. I've kept it, I just potted it up in regular compost, and I've kept it in a dappled shade area, not direct hot sun. Otherwise it would just dry it out too quickly and die, but it's doing pretty good so far. The size of that pup there is bigger than the 3 plants that I originally had. They were probably about that tall, so like 30 centimeters tall. So they're all doing really well. We have had a very dry year, so they've not done as well as they would ordinarily do. But they're looking all right. There's a few dried leaves on there, you can see. So I'll take those off today, but I thought I'd give you a quick look. And just as well, I keep them right next to the compost bin. And whenever I dig some compost out of the compost bin, and I just spread it across the top of the plants, like around the base of the plants. And I don't feed them. I protect them in the winter, and that's literally all I do. I don't do anything else to them. I'd never fertilize them because I've got the compost bin there. I just kind of let it fertilize itself. Yeah, there's nothing else I do to them. So I'll give you a quick look at them now. Right, so this is the bananas that I have here. They are probably, I can't really tell how tall they are. I think they're maybe 9, 10 or 12 foot, because they are off the ground. So the fire pit is down here, so I'm standing lower than the base of the plants. It's just next to my little water feature. And I'll show you where the trunks, like where they meet the floor. Just behind all these lilies. I don't know if you can really see, but they're just down there. I really can't. Let me try and get a better angle of these. The Yucca's doing really well here. This was actually a propagation. I divided the main Yucca, which is over the other side of this fire pit, and I didn't notice, but the Nephofia is flowering as well. Let me try to not get stabbed. There's the biggest trunk there. I don't really know if you can see. Yeah, so you can just kind of see the bases of them there. Really good sizes. Oh, and there's a new little pup coming up just there. So I'll leave that one for next year, let it get bigger before I divide it. So yeah, they are definitely, oh, maybe they're, so I'm 6 foot, so maybe they are, yeah, about 9 or 10 foot tall. And then this is the damage from the drought, but they're looking pretty good. There's not really too much to say. I do notice though that these do get quite bad spider mite. And this year they've had it really bad, where we had like a really dry period, because ordinarily they won't get too bad because we get a lot of rain, but this year with the lack of rain they have taken a bit more damage than usual. So yeah, they're doing really good. And originally when I got them they were just on my windowsill, and they've done really well. And they're right next to my Paulonia tomentosa, which is the foxglove tree, which I do cut down each year to about here, about that, so that's maybe about 5 foot tall. I cut it down each year, so from there all the way up, that is just this year's growth. And I do that to keep the leaves large. So if you let it grow too big and don't cut it each year, the leaves get a bit smaller. But yeah. I also have here my variegated Aloe arborescens, which is finally doing really well. I've also got this little succulent in the bottom. I think, what was this called? It was something like a graptosedum, something like that. I may be wrong. But yeah, this is doing really well this year. It's really like the heat. I've got a cute little hedgehog in the corner, or on the edge. And this has also got some pups coming out. So it's got a pup there, which isn't variegated, looking at it, and that pup isn't variegated either. But I have just spotted right down there. Yeah, you can just see it. There is a nicely variegated pup coming through there. So, oh, and this pup, sorry, didn't mean to ignore you. That pup's also got some variegation going through it, which is really cool. And there's also, which looks like maybe a new pup coming up there. This one I keep in my greenhouse. I've also got a little Sempervivum there. I keep this in my greenhouse over winter, and I keep it very dry. And it does really well, or it's doing really well. It did get quite a bit of damage last winter. Not last winter, the winter before that, because it was too wet. But yeah, it's doing pretty good now. This is the main Yucca, and it's actually flowering this year. These have flowered before. I think I've had them flower maybe twice before, and they're pretty impressive flowers. This plant is really quite mature. I do need to go out and take all these dead leaves off, but I'm not going to do that. And there is again another baby there that's just huge, and it's actually bigger than the babies that are here. And there's 2 there. But yeah, if you do grow these, because I've got mine near the pond and near the seating area, which is probably not the best idea, because they are like razor sharp. They don't look that sharp, but they'll really stab you. So I always just cut the tips off, yeah, especially if they're near a seating area. Yeah, I've got some of my passifloras are fruiting up there. I'd advise you not to ever plant one of those because they go crazy and they're impossible to get rid of. Look, it's growing up here as well, so don't do that. I've got my variegated fatsia here, which I absolutely love. It comes through with all sorts of different variegation on the leaves. Really pretty. What else is looking good right now? Not much is looking good because of the drought we had, but let me see if we can see any fish. I've only got about 2 or 3 fish in this pond because it's quite small. Nope, can't see any right now, but they're only tiny. They're just little Sarasa comets. Yeah, my Crocosmia got a lot of spider mite and just died. My red cannas are looking pretty good. Well, compared to last year, they're a lot smaller because we had the really dry year. Last year they came up, this doesn't really mean anything, but they came up to about, I want to say about 5 foot tall. So they're looking pretty. I'm glad they survived because I don't actually protect these in the winter. I kind of just cut all the stems off, lay them down, and then I leave that as the protection for them. I've got my Kumquat here, which has flowered this year, but it didn't bear any fruit. And there's actually another flower coming just there, but I'm not expecting any fruit from that. I think we just don't have a long enough hot weather. It's growing a little branch from the stem. Also, my erigerons self-seeded into this pot, which is really sweet. And down here I've actually got some Oxalis, which I just got from B&Q for like £3, and it comes back every year, and it looks pretty down there as well. I've just not done any maintenance this year to the garden, so there's a lot of dead stuff. I just decided with the drought that I'd let it happen, and just whatever survives, and then I can move on from there. So yeah, that's this part of the garden. Right, so that was just a quick update, just showing you the bananas and a couple of other bits, the very limited things that are looking good right now. And then I've also got some pretty good stuff coming up soon. Can't promise how soon. It could be within 5 to 6 weeks. Basically, me and my partner have just purchased a house, and we're going to be taking on a pretty big garden. So I'm trying to figure out how best to document that, because I'm not going to document any of the house, but the garden, I really want to try to make a diary of it and keep a log. And because it's a very blank canvas, and it's a very different garden to what I've worked with here, because this garden's on quite a slope. So not this one, I mean my new garden. So I'm going to be digging up a lot of my plants, taking them with me, the ones that my parents will let me take. And yeah, I definitely want to take videos of that. It's just going to be a lot of work, but if you guys have any advice on that, how you'd like me to document it, I don't really know, because I'm trying to figure out whether I should do like every week, or just when I make a big change I'll try and document it. But it's all exciting, and yeah, hopefully will happen sooner rather than later. But yeah, we're hoping to get that in there before, maybe in October. It might be October, so that'll be good, because I definitely want to make a huge veg patch, a pond. Obviously I'll try and make multiple like seating areas. It's just going to be a lot, but it's going to be really good fun, so I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I hope you guys are all well, and I may try to do a houseplant video soon. I do still have a lot of houseplants, so I will just make some time to make a video and show you guys updates, because my Hoya polynura, I've just taken, I think 6 propagations from that. I think maybe 5 or 6 cuttings about that long, because the plant was huge, and it still is pretty huge. So I could definitely take a video of that, show you how I propagate it, because it works so quickly. It roots literally within a week. So I may do that. But yeah, hope you guys are good, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and there will be a lot more. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.